This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Place to Be Nation Pop Experience. Welcome back to Pop Goes Degrassi. I am your host, James Gruenberg, and tonight we are in Season 3 here on Degrassi Next Generation. We left off Season 2 with the death of Craig's father in Tears Are Not Enough, parts 1 and 2, and now we are entering a new grade here as Emma and her friends enter the 9th grade, and Craig, Ashley, and Paige, and the rest of them are entering the 10th grade here. But I have my co-host with me as always, as Mr. John Kesselika. John, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, Gurney, doing great tonight, man. So excited to start Season 3. This is one that I deeply remember just from being the first season that I was really watching in real time, I would say. Obviously we didn't get them necessarily aired live like they were in Canada, but I recall like when these became brand new episodes on what was then Teen Nick, I believe, and got to see them every Friday night. So this was something to look forward to. And yeah, this two-parter kicks us off in style.
Yes, and there's going to be a lot more two-part episodes in this season and the seasons going forward here. Usually we start off again here with a two-parter to open up the season here. But I did some deep diving into what we're looking forward to, and there's like maybe two or three two-parters here, John.
Seems like the two-parters always tend to be their effort to bring in the old Degrassi cast too, right? Whether it was the original high school reunion that we had, Snake and Spike's wedding as a two-parter, where we get the old characters coming back from the classic show. Not so much Craig's first appearance, which was our two-parter, but the finale, then we got some old Degrassi characters in, and today, very much getting us some characters from classic Degrassi Junior High coming in. So I feel like there's still that effort on the writers, producers' parts to use these premieres or these finales as opportunities to call back or to bring in characters that people might be familiar with, or old fans of the show might kind of bring them back in.
Yeah, well, I was going to save this for when we get there, but let's deep dive into the intro here now. I mean, I know it's always like you start off with the cold open, but let's talk about the intro here. We have a new intro, and This is going to basically be our theme here. It's not the slow-paced intro we had in Season 1 and Season 2. Like, this is like a little bit cooler intro to our characters. And one thing I want to point out is that Caitlin's character and the actress, she makes the opening credits here.
Makes the credits. We definitely have the parents, hanging out together there, right? We have Spike, Caitlin, and Snake together. Yeah, caught my eye immediately when we're whipping through all the scenes in the school of our different characters that have been established and everything, but a lot more energy in this opening. I think you hit it well there, and feels really lived in, and even introduced. Like, good on them, they introduced a new character in the credits that we haven't seen or haven't met, but coming along as well, right?
Yeah. So this is Father Figure Part 1 and Part 2. We're going to kick off with Father Figure Part 1. This aired in October 3rd, 2003 in the United States. It had aired in September of 2003 in Canada. So again, we're getting the episodes 1 month behind.
That's exactly what I was thinking. October 2003. So it's a year plus after graduating. I had just moved back to New Jersey, earlier that, I guess, like midsummer, and my housemates down below we're in the band Rye Coalition. We would meet Friday nights and catch up on Degrassi, and we would. And this was like in that first month we were living together, this episode premiered. So wow, bringing it back.
Yep. We see in the Simpson household, they are preparing for Spike to have her new baby. Again, Spike got pregnant as she was getting married to Mr. Simpson, and now we're going back to this as Spike is now getting ready to have the baby. John.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got married middle of the school year.
Yep, mid-season.
Married mid-season. We wrapped up the school year at the end of the season, and now in this season we're like at the beginning of the next school year. Yeah, 9 months makes sense that we would be right around there. Yeah.
Yep.
And Spike, of course, we learn here is planning a home birth.
Yeah, I did not know you could have your birth at home until this episode. And I think when Tom Brady's wife, Gazelle, or ex-wife now, had a home birth at her house.
And my girlfriend at the time was an anthropology student who had done her thesis on midwifery and home birthing. So she was very excited in seeing the portrayal of it on a show like Degrassi. So
also tonight, Spike's baby shower, so we'll see some returning characters here. Craig is back taking pictures of his friends. So again, Craig behind the camera here, and they brought back his photography outlook.
Yeah, it must have that. Again, the fact that we use these kind of like reunion episodes in the premieres and in the finales, the writers of that premiere last year were the ones who had him walking around taking pictures, and then a camera was gone for the rest of the season. Maybe we got the same people back, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like he likes taking pictures. Let's make sure that's his defining characteristic." And hey, it gives us a couple plot points through the camera usage. But yeah, Craig once again. The shutterbug here.
We see Paige and Spinner, they're making out, so we know that they're a couple. Sean and Emma are talking about Emma's home life with the new baby coming, and Sean says for Emma to just suck it up, and Emma's like, yeah, I guess so. I could just suck it up, basically. And then we have the 10th graders. They're looking for their new homerooms, and Miss Kwan calls out Spinner as he has to repeat 9th grade English. So looks like Spinner is back with Miss Kwan, and again, the 10th graders they have a homeroom with Simpson again here. So. Well, I think it was Paige who was like, "Oh, I want Mr. Armstrong." And she's like, "Well, I get Simpson again." So, again, the school here has only like 3 to 4 homeroom teachers here.
Yeah, we had Mr. Panino introduced last year, but we haven't seen him again. I like that. A couple of things I really like from this series of scenes. One, Paige and Spinner just kind of like really, really solid in the relationship, it seems now, and it's very much established that okay, like over the summer they seem to have really ironed things out. We obviously left them in a space where he was going to be supportive of her, but they were still kind of, I don't know, there was a little lack of clarity about how their relationship could survive or if it would be good, since she was still dealing with that trauma of the assault with Dean. I loved that aspect of it. And, we kind of skipped over, but in Sean and Emma's conversation, one of the things that she's really concerned about is she feels kind of like overlooked, almost forgotten here. And we saw that with now she is living in the basement. It's a place where she's going to be for the rest of the series, living in that basement room. But as of now, it's still like, as we see it depicted, very unfinished. There's no real furniture in it. She's kind of just in among clutter and construction that's going on. So definitely setting some feelings for why Emma might be a bit out of sorts to start our episode.
Yeah, the basement does, like you said, the basement's unfinished. Like, I think it was like leaking a little bit too. And again, Mr. Simpson's just trying to, like, make everything like work, and like try and finish the basement, but also like make way for the baby coming.
You got it.
Yep. And then we see Jimmy. He's basically laughing at Spinner. So I guess they we're supposed to believe that Jimmy's still mad at Spinner for stealing his iPod or MP3 player, but again, in the last episode, it seemed like everything was cool because they were all laughing at each other.
Yeah, they still have like that. They know how to push each other's buttons, right? And if Jimmy is seeing Spinner being happy with Paige here, he knows that he can kind of like throw a rock here and disrupt things. So he's going to pick at the things that he knows will get Spinner upset. And the first thing he's going to do and use throughout this episode is really, really ragging on Spinner's behavior around Paige. And we saw up front that Ellie and Marco were kind of grossed out by the pet names and everything for Spinner and Paige, who never seemed to do that before. But now we have "Hey, honeybee" and everything going around as they're a full-on couple.
Yep. Toby asks JT who's he going after this year, and he's like, I think I want Miss Hatzilakos, obviously, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But then when Miss and like the ninth graders, they're getting their locks for their lockers. And when Miss Hatzilakos calls Emma, she says Emma Simpson, but Emma corrects her and saying Nelson. And also, during this scene, we see a new character named Chris, who's going to play a part in season 3, John.
Chris Sharp, yeah, introduced just in the attendance right in front of Emma Simpson, since we're going alphabetically. So, yeah, Chris Sharp, our new student of color, to come into the Degrassi world, joining Liberty, actually, as we move through, and he is, like you said, he will come up later, but right now, just kind of what we get of him is his name, and then kind of looking impressed or kind of maybe even a little confused at Emma's very like outspoken response to Miss Kwan as she's announcing the class. Just because he married my mother doesn't mean I'm taking his name. My mom didn't even take his name. So
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, Miss Kwan doing a nice job. She's been down this road with Emma before in de-escalating, saying, you know what, you can just talk to the office. That's fine. It's just a clerical error. No problem, Emma.
Yeah. And then here we have also Paige discovers her locker is in a bad location. So we have our B storyline here. We know what the A storyline is, but like here comes another storyline here. Paige wants a better locker, and Spinner is trying to get Paige the perfect gift. I don't know if it's her birthday or like if it's just like the perfect gift for like a boyfriend to give his girlfriend here, but Spinner is trying to get the better locker for Paige here.
Yeah, I think he cites it as their 4-month anniversary. I mean, come on, like what else? Of course, it's a huge milestone. It's not the 7 months like we had with Jimmy and Ashley before, but but 4 months here, he's definitely thinking I need to get Paige something. And I love the introduction of the quote unquote bad hallway with the miscreants hanging around Degrassi. Some it's already disheveled. It's already has rats hung in the lockers and stuff to kind of scare Paige away.
And the lights are a little bit like dimmed out too.
Come on, we're going like the school on the first day has degenerated into Lean, the first scenes of Lean on Me, like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Too bad there's no Welcome to the Jungle in this scene.
Yeah, they couldn't get the rights for that, but that would have been perfect.
Nope. Emma is looking at her mom's yearbook when she stumbles across a picture of a guy named Shane McKay, who she knows that is her dad. And then even Craig's like, "Oh my God, it's Joey with hair." And then we see Emma. She has a flashback of when she was 3, of seeing her dad and mom argue. Emma asks if Mr. Simpson changed her last name, and he did not. And he did not change it. Emma wants to know who her father is or where he is, but Spike says it's out of the question here. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was a funny scene where Craig's like, "Oh my God, it's Joey with hair," and again, Spike's just like, "Nope, I don't want to talk about you. Talk to you about your real father here."
Yeah, Shane. I mean, in the original series, Shane was in the picture, but not exactly, helping Spike so much. And then, of course, does have a tragic accident later on that we'll revisit and learn about here in the episode. But yeah, yes, she wants to tell. Obviously, she has a lot going on. I would imagine with trying to get through this pregnancy, and she wants to wait for Emma to be older. But you can see that Emma's going to shift that timeline for us, and that's going to be the big driver for this 2-parter.
Yep. Emma wants to know more. Okay, yeah. So we're already there at Spike's bridal shower. She gathers with her friends, and we see her with her gifts. And Caitlin meets Sydney, who is Joey's new girlfriend here.
Yeah, why do you think Sydney's at this shower?
I want to say that because her and not Sydney, but I want to say because Joey and Snake are really good friends, and Snake's just like, "Oh, have Sydney come over."
Okay, yeah, maybe. You go into baby showers with your girlfriend?
No, but I did go to a Jack and Jill, basically, which turned out was just a baby shower, beer party, basically.
Like gender reveal or whatever?
No, it wasn't even a gender reveal. It was like a Jack and Jill, just all out baby shower, beer bash. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun too. Yep.
But we do get seeds of Joey and Caitlin here, as Caitlin meeting Sydney says, "Oh, yeah, Joey." She says she knows Joey. They were unrequited romance. They were will they or won't they? They had dated, then didn't date, and she even says now that she's moved back, hey, maybe there's hope. And that's when we get Joey coming in, and Caitlin gets to realize, oh wait, I've just been talking to your girlfriend. Sorry about that. Poor Caitlin.
Yeah. Emma tries to get answers from Caitlin about her dad, but even Caitlin's like, "Em, you got to talk to your mom about that and everything." And then Spike actually overhears a little bit, and she's like, "Oh, Caitlin, come on, help me open up the presents," because she knows what Emma is trying to get answers about her dad from Caitlin too. So Spike's onto Emma's game here, and she's like, "Nope, that's not going to happen either." So I'm sorry, say it again.
He said, yeah, shutting it down and directing everything back to the baby shower.
Yep. And then Emma looks up her dad on the internet. This is definitely early Google internet searches. I don't even know if they had Google in Canada, but definitely the early searches here.
Yeah, looking for, just by the name she has, Shane McKay or S. McKay, and looking in the greater Toronto area for for anybody who would match that name. And she says she knows he's a doctor because we saw in the flashback that, that Spike was talking with a doctor who she, imagines that's her father, a doctor. So she and finds a Dr. S. McKay, right?
Yep. So then now we're in school. It's the next day. Spinner is telling Marco he has the perfect way to get Paige a new locker. And then Emma tries to get Sean to skip class to find her dad, but he won't. He says he has 10th grade shop. And I found that to be interesting because he had to repeat a grade. So I thought he was supposed to be with the 9th graders.
Okay, yeah, bit of continuity error there, but maybe he's so impressive in shop class that he has been moved up into that. And shop class should be a place that we get to see a lot of Sean's development over the next couple of seasons as well. Yeah,
and that with the automobile club too.
Mm-hmm.
With shop would be considered an elective, and 9th graders really didn't get a lot of elective picks. It wasn't until 10th grade that you got all the fun classes, really, like shop, home economics and stuff. I mean, yeah, like you could save it and like take it junior and senior year, but it's like you would start like in sophomore year if you wanted to, like what electives you wanted.
Right. As with anything in these shows, I chalk up to differences in the schooling system as being, well, it's Canada, right? Right. So maybe that's it. Yeah. I mean, we had some electives that you could take. Freshman year, you were usually looking at, you needed to get an art credit at some point. So if you were taking a music class for that, or a theater arts, or studio art, that would be like the extent of the electives. So you're right. Like we were primarily in core classes of English, whatever science you were enrolled in, math and history.
Yep. So then now we have Spinner. He's putting his locker plan into action. He starts with JT, and then he goes to Chris to give Chris a new CD, and then we get to Hazel.
Not just any CD. It's the bootleg of DJ Mad Bullets. Now Spinner, another great artist that we've had Kid Elric and now DJ Mad Bullets as our like favorite artists. For the Degrassi community.
Yeah. And then we go to Hazel. So then Hazel agrees to Spinner's plan here, and Spinner jumps for joy. Emma then asks Craig to skip school, and Craig agrees. They go to a house, and a man answers the door saying he's Dr. McKay. Emma, so it is a Dr. McKay, but it is the wrong race, as it is an African American. So obviously Emma is truly embarrassed because while you found Dr. Shane McKay, you did not get a picture of him. So Emma's just all embarrassed. She's like, okay, we're gonna go.
What did you think of her reasoning with Craig of like wanting to go, getting him to cut with her? She's like, what could be so important? He's like, well, I want to meet my dad. I want to find my dad. And she's like, I thought you would understand. Why would Craig?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Who knew his father, who had just overcome like being in an abusive relationship with his father, so it might think, I don't know, getting back with the father is not that good an idea. Be the one that she thinks, yeah, he's gonna be, he would understand.
I don't know, and I feel like maybe Sean would understand because he lives like with his brother now, and like like parents and like just like I guess abandonment basically. But with Craig, it's a little bit different. It's like, yeah, why is Craig going? I mean, Craig's father did not abandon him, nor did his parents like divorce. I mean, if anything, it'd be like, well, I want to go look for my mom and Joey, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, which Craig did because now he lives with Joey. So, I mean, it does make sense. But it just doesn't make sense for this scene here as well. So, Emma and Craig go back to Emma's house and they look at an alumni list and they end up finding where Shane lives. Spinner then gives Paige her locker gift, but Paige hates the inside of her locker, and Jimmy shows off his locker, which is like bigger and like more colorful here,
complete with a racing stripe on the locker and remote access for the lock. Yeah, Jimmy really pimping the locker out, full on. Yeah, but you know, Paige being just completely unappreciative of the gesture that Spinner is going with here. It's not something huge, but it's what he feels like maybe would be something that he can give her as a gift. Maybe she's unaware of the dealings he had to do behind the scenes to maneuver and get other people to move lockers. He's just seeing, you know, it's actually kind of sweet on Spinner's part that he sees something that is causing Paige a little bit of pain, something she doesn't enjoy, and he's trying to fix that for her. But she obviously meets him with, yeah, nice, but not really for me.
Yep. And again, it's like really Paige, like Spinner really tried here.
Mm-hmm.
So now Emma and Craig, they take the train to
Stouffville.
Stouffville, that's what it is. It was like Stoufferville. It was like Stouffville. That's what it is.
A new Canadian town introduced to us.
Yep.
Degrassi. Mm-hmm.
All we know is that Bardell is a high school, and now we have Stouffville.
Stouffville, a village in Ontario. Yep. Mm-hmm.
They enter a hospital or a group home hospital here, and Emma at first asks the nurse to see her father, Dr. Shane McKay, and she's like, you can't see him, like he takes no visitors, and then Craig makes a distraction so Emma can go see her father. She knocks on the door, and she's surprised when she sees her dad, as we get the to be continued here.
Yep. Yeah. So they're there. Oh, you don't have an appointment to see him. And when the nurse the receptionist has to run to attend to something, Craig notices, oh, the listing is room 209, and says, Emma, go for it. Go upstairs. And when she does, we see, you know, Shane kind of pacing through the room, readjusting the food tray on his table, and you know, he says, "Yeah, I'm Shane," and that's where we pause.
Yep. So Emma's in for a little shock of her life here, as she wants to meet her dad, and she finally found him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we are in Father Figure Part 2. Emma says she thought her dad was a doctor and not a patient. And then, like, she actually says, I'm Emma. And then Shane points to a picture of a little girl saying, no, you're not Emma. Emma's this little girl, and she's still little, not knowing that Emma grew up.
Yeah, it's actually pretty heartbreaking here, because he introduces the idea. He says, "Oh, you have blonde hair, just like Emma, who's my daughter, but she never comes to visit me." And Emma, you know, is hurt by that. She says, "No, maybe she just didn't know. She didn't know how to find you, and I am Emma." You know, so trying to reconnect, and now she's starting to feel like, why hasn't anybody told me about this? Hasn't anybody introduced me? Or kept me away, and she's feeling, like, I imagine, somewhat guilty here.
Yep, but like you said, he says no. Emma's just this little girl, and Emma tells Shane that that she is his daughter. But then he looks at the picture and then looks at who he sees right in front of her, and he's like, you are Emma. Mm-hmm. And then Shane hugs her as she starts to cry. So again, a emotional reunion as Emma now sees her real father here.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really touching moment, and nice moment for us fans of the early show to have Shane back and seeing what's happened with him.
Yep. Now, John, did you see the episode where Shane has his accident?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it is from a drug-induced accident of horror show of why not to take acid.
Yeah, we'll get into that as when we get to the part where Mr. Simpson talks to Emma about this.
Mm-hmm.
So now Spinner asked Jimmy for his locker for Paige. Jimmy wants Spinner to tell everyone he has no backbone.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and here we go to that real Spinner Jimmy dynamic again, where Jimmy is, what can he do to make things uncomfortable for Spinner? And he says, look, the only reason you're doing this is because you can't stand up to your girlfriend. You will do anything she asks. You're whipped, he says. So you need to. He says, I'll agree, but you have to, publicly say it in front of the class. You need to tell people that's the status. You are whipped.
Yeah, Jimmy is such a jerk here, John.
Yeah, not his best. No. But he's bored. And I think Paige even points that out later. We'll get to. But Jimmy almost seems bored. He's got nothing else going on. No girlfriend at the time. And probably, just having pizza at home every night.
Yeah, with Antonio.
Yeah, just calling up Antonio, like hoping maybe he'll hang out for a little bit.
My gosh, ever since the 8th month breakup itch with Ashley, Jimmy has never been the same.
That's true.
You would have thought he would have gotten together with Hazel.
Think about things that have gone wrong for him. I mean, his MP3 player's been stolen. He's lost a dance competition when his pants split. A lot. He got all hyped up on Adderall. Like not a lot of Ritalin. Not a lot going good for Jimmy. So might as well take it out on his buddy Spinner here.
Yeah, again, but it's like, are they friends or are they not friends? Because it's like, oh, we're not friends. Oh, let's laugh about this dance. Oh, you stole my MP3 player. Now I hate you. God, it's so annoying. Emma asks Shane how long he has been here, and Shane says since he fell, but he says he is okay now. A nurse then tells Emma to leave, but Shane wants her to stay, and he starts yelling at the nurse and throwing his tray and banging, and then the nurse hands him yarn to knit as he calms down, and then Craig takes a picture of Emma getting close to her father here.
There we go. Yeah, Craig's camera coming in handy here. So we get that going.
The first signs though of that something is off with Shane here, John, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like a bit emotionally unbalanced still. And the doctors seem very, very cautious of not wanting to disrupt his routines by having somebody new come in, and they want, if there's going to be a future visit, like you have to plan it in advance, let them know so that they can be ready. Like this is disrupting the whole thing, and they get her to leave. And, yes, Shane is calmed down by the knitting.
Yep, and knitting is a cliche here, as we'll see Spike also knits.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Outside, Emma's mad at her mom for not telling her about Shane, but Craig reminds her she at least has a dad, and she has two dads.
There you go.
As Craig's father has died, and all he has is a Joey.
Way to go, Craig. Good move on his part here. Yeah. But as they are ready to go home, they find out, of course, that the last train is left. And now we are stuck 50 miles outside of Toronto in Stouffville.
Yep. And who are you going to call, John, when you need someone to pick you up? You're going to call Joey, who won't.
Yeah.
And he is mad, and he is actually asking questions. I feel like Craig is always like, maybe Joey won't ask too many questions.
Yeah. I think Joey, Craig still has some
Craig
vision.
still thinks that
Joey is kind of the cool, understanding parent.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Craig, did you not realize that he grounded you and ripped up your kid Elric tickets because you stole a car? Like, come on. And so when Joey gets there, Joey's like, what were you guys doing in Stouffville? Like, skipping school and shit. And, I mean, he shows sympathy when Emma goes, we're looking for my dad.
Yeah. Joey shows up and hasn't contacted Spike or Snake about this. They don't come along. I mean, I guess she's pregnant, so maybe that's part of the reason. But that seems a little surprising to me. But yeah, Joey's. I don't know what that conversation's like with them on the way home, because now Joey has to. It is an hour drive back or so. Joey's gonna have to. Wouldn't Emma be pestering him with like, "What? Did you know he was up here? Like, how did he get here?" All of that. I imagine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Joey was like, all right, I just got to shut up because I know what Spike's going to say if I start telling questions here.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spike, when we get back home, we see Spike. She's also knitting and tells Emma to start talking, as Emma just wants to shut everything up too. And again, it's like, Emma, you have to talk these things out.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time that Emma has tried to like be quiet about things, and it's like, just start talking to me. Emma says she found Shane and is mad that Spike just left him in the hospital or the nursing home, basically, because it is like a home. It's a group home, basically. And then Spike says his parents put him in there after the accident and would not let Shane be involved with the birth of Emma or taking care of her.
Right. Yeah. So she's trying to, like, now having to tell the story and explain it. But, Emma's immediate response is that, like, she thinks her mom has been the one who's treating Shane this way, has like locked him away.
Yep. And then Snake tries to talk to Emma, but she says, "You're not my dad." Again, that's always like the low blow of things. Like, if Emma finds something to latch onto and create sympathy for, she's going to latch onto it.
That's been her go-to a lot of the way here, with when he's tried to offer her advice in the past, it's been like, "You're not my dad," or anything. She seems to, that's when she's out of arguments, she'll go right to that.
Yep. In math class, Jimmy tells Spinner time is running out. Spinner comes up to the board while Mr. Armstrong is teaching, and he tells the class that he is spineless, he has no backbone, and he gets whipped. Paige is upset, and Jimmy, who is just giddy with laughter, says he has earned the locker.
Paige does not look too pleased with this. She looks a bit embarrassed.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
My God.
In front of the class. But yeah, Jimmy says, "Yep, yeah, you can have the locker."
The doorbell rings at Spike's house, and when she answers it, it's a surprise as Shane is standing outside. I do not know how Shane got the address to Spike's house or knew where she lived.
Oh, Grooney, how did you not pay attention? Emma wrote it down for him. She said, "Here, I'll write to you, and you can write to me."
Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. I totally did not. Oh, geez. Wow. Thank you, because I did not even remember that part.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave the charge. I forget the important notes
for Shane to hop on the train from Stouffville and get on over there.
Yep. Mr. Simpson tells Emma that Shane wanted to be a part of Spike and Emma's life, but Shane's parents would not let him. Shane took acid and fell or jumped off a bridge. And when Emma was 3 years old, Spike took Emma to see Shane, but Spike was afraid that Shane was going to hurt Emma. Emma says she could have told her, and Snake actually agrees that Spike waited too long.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we have a good moment here that Snake or Mr. Simpson comes through and it's like, I'll tell you what happened, and I kind of disagree with your mom not telling you because she waited too long and knew that you'd be wanting answers for so long.
Yeah, exactly. And it's never clear from the original episodes whether he fell or whether he jumped. They never give us like a clear statement of that, but it is that he fell from the bridge and had the accident. And as Mr. Simpson puts it here, he's saying they would have wanted to tell her, and Spike was planning to, but of course like waiting for Emma to be a little older. And I like the gesture here of Mr. Simpson at the end saying, hey, like you should call your mother, like, because like she does care about you. This is not like her ignoring you in this way, and she would treat you with that like respect to talk about this openly.
Yeah, so again, it was good on Mr. Simpson because he helps Emma seize the error of her ways here, and understands her frustration. Yeah. While again, they're trying to get their relationship off the ground, as not only is Mr. Sims going to be an actual father, he now has to be a stepfather too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and he's even like so good job on Snake. Good fatherly instincts from Snake here.
Yep. Shane asks when Spike married Snake. She says last year. Shane says, well, why didn't anybody tell me? And it's like, I don't have to tell you that I got married. And, Spike is really playing along, like answering the questions because she knows that Shane is not in the right state of mind. Shane says that she doesn't have to stay married to Snake and that he and Spike can take care of the new baby together. He grabs the phone from Spike. Emma calls home. When she gets a busy signal, she leaves school.
Yeah.
So again, Emma knows that something's up and that the phone's off the hook. So she's like, oh, I better go home and see what's up with my mom here. And again, Spike doing a great job, just answering all the questions, trying to see that, Shane is not in the right state of mind from the accident, and just trying to play along as much as she can here so nothing goes wrong. But again, Shane, when she grabs the phone, it's like, oh boy, now he thinks, oh well, you're gonna call the cops and get me in trouble again.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's now things elevate a little bit here as maybe Spike, who is very, very pregnant, in possibly a dangerous situation.
Yeah, and during Shane starts smashing Spike's wedding photos too.
Yikes! Yeah.
Out of pure anger. Paige and Spinner argue, and Paige says she has she was humiliated when Spinner asked what Paige wants. She says nothing from him. This is a lame, funny B storyline here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but again, it's like we want to just know what's going to happen with Emma's dad, Shane, here.
But they did need to wrap this up. We still did need some closure on this, and thankfully, Emma, Paige especially because Raditch steps in and says, no, everybody goes back to their regular lockers. This is ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't have been like even allowed this bartering an agreement. Like, you have to go to the school to ask for a change, not just.
Oh yeah, well I didn't get there yet, but yeah, like it's still going on. Like, yeah, like this is like one too many steps here, and whatnot here. So then Emma is walking home. Spike is like breathing scared. Spike tries to help Shane with his cuts, but then Spike gets the phone, but is knocked down. Emma runs in, and the baby is coming. So Spike's water break as she gets knocked down here.
Yeah. Like, hey, she's trying to reason with Shane. You know, my mom needs help, and if you can't be disruptive in this way and messing things up. Like, we need to do what's right.
Yep, Emma tells Shane to back off, or she will never see, or he will never see Emma again. Emma convinces Shane to give her the phone. Like saying that mom needs help. Emma gives Shane Spike's knitting, so Shane starts to knit and calm down. Emma calls the school, and Joey is off to get Snake. Spike is in labor, and Snake is outside with the insect crew. And Joey tells Snake that it's time and that Spike is gonna have the baby.
A funny scene here, yeah, and they set it up earlier where Snake. We saw people signing up for the insect club at the school, so apparently Snake is the teacher in charge of it, and they're out trying to quietly, approach a butterfly, and he's, all agog when when Joey comes and says it's time, she's having the baby, and they run off, and we get the cued music that doesn't appear in any other Degrassi episodes except for these two of the people singing, the choir singing in the background as they race to get home.
Yeah, I felt like that was going to be a background for a lot of episodes. I mean, we do get a couple of more like catchy ones here as well. And then with the signing of the Insect Club, you would have thought they would have shown Liberty signing up on the first day, because here she is trying to get this butterfly, I think it was.
Or have her name up there, at least on the sign-in list, as the first one in, right? And Toby, another nerd, should have been there.
So now we're closing out this B storyline here. Mr. Raditch yells at Spinner for running a locker scheme. And again, Mr. Raditch is right, because again, to change lockers, you have to sign papers, because again, everybody's assigned a locker. If I switch lockers with somebody and say for some reason they find something, it's like, whose locker is this? Oh, it's mine. It's like, but I switched with Derek, okay? Yeah. Why am I getting in trouble? Because it's, again, you might have switched, but this locker's still under your name.
This is not going to happen. Yeah, it shouldn't be that way. Yeah, so Raditch trying to administer some sort of order in Degrassi, even though we see the one hallway where things seem to be completely chaotic.
Yeah, and then John, one more thing on. Sorry, I didn't really get to part. I didn't really ask this on part one. Did we see Tessa and Erica? We saw Erica. I think her sister as well. But did we see Tessa at the baby shower?
No, I don't remember Tessa. I remember seeing Liz because they point her out because she's going to be the midwife.
Yeah, I remember seeing Erica too, but I don't think we saw Lucy.
No, Lucy wasn't there.
Okay, yep. Alrighty, yeah. So again, Jimmy does. So then Paige then tells Spinner, thanks for trying to make things perfect, and she says it was very touching. Jimmy does whipping noises, and Paige says, oh, Jimmy has nobody to love, and Jimmy is bored. He goes, oh, poor James, you're just bored.
And that's, you know what? She says exactly what I was thinking before. Yeah, this is Jimmy. He's just messing with people because he has nothing else going on. So, you know, hopefully basketball season starts up soon or something to occupy his time.
Yeah. Liz is there, and she says the baby is fine, as Spike is still pushing here. Spike tells Emma she wanted to tell her about Shane, but again, Emma says it's fine for now. Snake runs in, and Shane says, "Hi, Snake." And Emma tells,
great moment. Yeah, great moment there. Just knitting and says, "Hi, Snake." Just ready.
And Snake is like, "What?" And Emma's like, "It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine." And then, like again, Spike has the baby, and and again, it's she does it very perfectly here.
One of my favorite shots here is when she's, pushing, and we cut to Emma's face, and Emma, who has been excited and really loving this idea of the home birth, all of a sudden gets this kind of gross look on her face. And she's like, "Whoa, that's what this is all about." Upfront and personal with childbirthing.
Yep. Outside, Emma and Shane are waiting for Shane to be picked up by the home, and Shane fixes Emma's hat, knitting her a new hat, and says Spike isn't very good at knitting here, as we know that Shane is the knitter, and Spike is not good at knitting.
Yep. Yeah, and but he's fixing it up, fixes the pom-pom, so Jack will have a nice hat to wear. Nice moment for Shane and Emma to kind of settle things out and in their calm here, and kind of some promise that she will try to be a bit more connected with him in the future.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen though, does it? No.
This is a series wrap on Shane.
Emma gives Shane the picture that Craig took of them, and they say goodbye as Shane gets back into the van to never be seen again. So instead of the black hole, the minivan drove into the black vortex of forgettable characters.
As he drives off to Stouffville. Yeah, Stouffville could be where all those characters move to.
The black vortex is here. Emma sees her new baby brother, Jack, and recognizes Mr. Simpson as her dad, as he says, "You look just like our dad, Jack." And again, Spike was just like, I really wanted to tell you about Shane, and I just waited too long. But again, Emma recognizes now that Mr. Simpson is her dad, as we cut to the credits here.
Love it. We look just like our dad. Yeah, a really nice moment from Emma. But it gives me wonder. I'm the skeptic in me wonders how many episodes will that last until she says once again, "You're not my dad," to Mr. Simpson, right?
Yes, and I mean, are we going to see more of Jack in these episodes? I mean, yes, we will, because there's a lot of drama back and forth, but it's oh, you have another kid.
Well, I mean, it does make for Emma's permanent move to the basement, which will be, a featured setting for us for a lot to come. So, but the family dynamic in the Nelson Simpson house has definitely changed now. We have 4 people all under one roof. Those tofu tacos or whatever they like to eat are going to have to make a few more.
Yeah, and it was a very nice ending to this episode, as the sappy love music, family music is playing in the background here.
Yeah. No, a great pair of episodes. Good opening for season 3.
Yep, MVP John, it's Emma, hands down. Miriam, what's her last name?
McCormick or McDonald, I think.
Yeah,
right?
Miriam McDonald did a very good performance here as Emma, and it seemed that a lot of the like season one was Emma. A lot of these really start off as strong Emma episodes. Like even if season two was about Craig, Emma does play a good role in the season two opening as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it seems like that we always come back to she's the main character of these stories and of this show. And season one, two finale, season one finale even incorporates, or not so much the finale, but season one premiere, season two premiere, and season three premiere always make sure to include Emma is a big part of that storyline. It is her house, like that is most tied to the old show, and I think that's probably why.
Yep. LVP, John. I'm going to give it to, I was going back and forth, but I'm going to give it to Jimmy. My second LVP is Paige, because like all she did was just whine about, I don't have a locker, and you're not like, you don't care about me or give me anything like good, and again, here's Spinner trying to find the perfect gift for Paige, and she's still not satisfied. But Jimmy, like really playing Spinner like a court jester here. It's like, oh, entertain me, say I'm a spineless wimp and I get whipped by my girlfriend. That's really low, John.
Yeah, between those two, I'd have to give it to Jimmy as LVP, since he's not changed at the end. He's probably cooking up like what can he do to embarrass Spinner next, or to bug Spinner next. Not whereas Paige was annoyed with him, or even like short with him, but now is a lot better with him, right?
Yep.
So yeah, she does acknowledge like Spinner's efforts at the end, and seems genuinely appreciative. So especially this is somebody who's stood by her now and is making the best, and probably been supportive of her off screen in these last 4 months through the summer, as she's finding herself again and feeling confident in returning to school. So yeah, this one goes to Jimmy. Poor Jimmy.
And I mean, not that we have I guess we do have new characters, as Kaylin's going to be a part of the regular cast here as well. And we met Emma's real father, but again, he has not come back, and we never see him again.
There you go. Yeah, last of the appearances for Shane. But yeah, new characters also. Chris, Chris Sharp, showing up, and so much so that he makes it into the opening credits. We'll get some more.
John, we have to keep an eye on if Kendra makes an appearance in season 3, and she's in the opening credits. But I want to see if Shane was the first black hole character to never be seen again. I'm going to say yes, but we do have to see if we see Kendra in any of the season 3 episodes here.
Yeah, I mean, even Hazel got some play here today, so she was part of that one storyline, and so she's going to be sticking around. But yeah, Kendra in the opening, she gets a title card, and I don't know, I have to go back. Were they in lacrosse gear now? So I'm introducing a new sport, or was that still?
No, I think it was still field hockey.
Still field hockey. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then we did not see Terry, I don't think.
No, but Terry is in the opening.
Yes, but we saw Ashley with Paige. We didn't see Terry, and we did not. I don't think we saw Liberty except for the Insect Club, which is weird. It's like, okay. Again, we don't need to see everybody, but it is nice when we do see everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. But yeah, good stuff all around. Great return to form for the show, and we've got a brand new school year ahead of us, so a lot can hopefully happen as this year goes on.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it from us here tonight, discussing Degrassi Next Generation and Father Figure Part 1 and 2. But, John, before we go, do you have anything you want to direct the listeners to?
I direct to let's see, what was I listening to this week on the network that was really fun? SummerSlam season is upon us, so I've seen a lot of material going around about like ranking the best SummerSlams or the best performers at SummerSlams. Those have been some fun listens, good debate around that. Although, like, they always lose me when they're getting into more of the new stuff, and they're like, I don't know, maybe Christian should be valued there. I'm like, really, Christian, the tag guy? But that, and of course, our buddy Tim and JT over at 902 No So podcast continue their way through the college years. And some really fun episodes going on there. Always keep a lookout for those.
Yeah, my episode, I believe my episode is Emily. No, not Emily. I forget which one it was, but my episode's coming up with JT and Tim. That should be dropping maybe in a week or two.
Nice.
As well as Brandon is in San Francisco with and he finds Emily Valentine, and I had the episode where after Thanksgiving where Brandon's still in San Francisco, and Emily tells him, "Oh, I can go to France and whatnot."
Oh boy, yeah.
So that'll be coming.
You get a lot of Rosie the neighbor.
Oh yeah, yes. Little dim sum here. Yep. That's where we first hear dim sum.
Nice.
And not a whole lot in the Place to Be Nation wrestling feed. Still trying to find the extra ECW on Sci-Fi. Having trouble there. So Extreme Resurrection is on hiatus, so nothing there. And also on the Facebook page, the Place to Be Nation Facebook page, they have the greatest SummerSlam match polls going on as we're in like round 2, getting into the third round here. A lot of some upsets, no surprises on some of the polls here.
Nice. Yeah, a lot to keep busy with during the summer months here.
Yep. Well, that's going to do it from us here tonight on Pop Goes Degrassi. He's John Kesselika. I'm James Gruenberg, and we will see you next time.